Hey everybody, it's John and I'm the Grumpy Grandpappy and you're watching Lessons of a Grumpy Grandpappy. Hey, tonight I just want to do a short video. What I did over the weekend. We went shopping this weekend. It's the first time in like 2 weeks we actually went to a store and did a grocery shop. We spent a little over $100. But we had to replenish some of our staples and stuff. They had some good sales at one of the stores. One of the things they had at the store, the canned beans that I like, red, white, and black beans, the kidney beans. They have 79 cents a can, so I bought 4 cans of each. Those in the cabinet. My wife had to get some paper towels, some cleaning supplies. That always adds up. We bought hot dogs and hamburger rolls because tonight we had hot dogs and hamburgers, so worked out. And they had a few things on sale. They had pork chops, center cut pork chops on sale. A 6-pack cost me just under $7. Put them in freezer, date them 3 to a pack, and right on there three. It was basically $3, so $1 a pork chop, $1.10 a pork chop, something like that. They had pork tenderloin on sale, two change. So I got about a 2.5 pound one. It cost me $7. We're making that Thursday night. I'm going to do a video on that. I bought some corn, some taco stuff. Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo, and one of the stores had ground beef, and if you bought, everything together, it was ground beef and salsa and taco shells and avocados and the shredded cheddar cheese, things like that. So we're gonna make tacos tomorrow night and some guacamole, and tomorrow night celebrate that. My mother-in-law's coming over, and Wednesday we're probably gonna do leftovers. So whatever the meal costs tomorrow, we're gonna have leftovers on Wednesday. And that was it. So they had some summer items like ketchup, relishes, mustards are starting to go 99 cents and things. So I'll buy 4 or 5 of each, put them in the cabinet, because once the weather ever breaks and gets nice and we start having cookouts, I probably have 1 or 2 cookouts a week between people coming over and weekends, and then the 4th of July I go through a ton of stuff. So I start stocking them now when I see it on sale. And that's what you got to do. I'm not going to say every week you're not going to spend any money, but you will build up your pantry, and you have to keep it stocked. Getting to cooking and meals. Over the weekend, you saw me make some grilled chicken and things and I made it Friday. We're going to have it Saturday. Well, we ended up staying out Saturday. We went to our friend Regina owns Petnito's pastry and cupcake shop, and they had a soft opening for an ice creamery they're doing over the summer. So we went there and they had some hors d'oeuvres, and we ended up eating there. And by the time I got home, I said, I'm full. I don't want to eat anything. I'm good. So the meal we were going to have Saturday, we had yesterday when we got home from our errands, and then we went shopping, and we so it was basically grilled chicken, corn, salad. And so it was the continuation of Friday, which Friday was $12, split twice. So it's a $6 meal yesterday. So, I mean, what the heck? You had some ice cream. We bought a dish of ice cream maybe last night, and you throw in dessert was probably $1.50 each. You go to. I love going to the ice cream stores. I like going to, get Dairy Queen once in a while. But when you start looking at blizzards are $10, $12 for a blizzard, and it gets crazy. So I don't want to say that I don't do it. Once in a while we do, but I can sit home and have a dish of ice cream with fresh fruit on it for $1.50. So tonight we had the infamous hamburgers and hot dogs tonight. So if you're from Connecticut, you know what I'm talking about. We buy nothing but natural casing Hummel's hot dogs. And if you're from Connecticut, you know what I mean. And if you moved out of Connecticut, you're asking the people who live in Connecticut to send you some. I know my son lives in northern part of Massachusetts, and every time in the summertime I come up, he goes, "Can you bring me 5 pounds of natural casings?" I ask him if he inhales them, because sometimes it's once a week. I'm bringing him 5 pounds of hot dogs. I have some friends who live in Florida, Arizona. It's you're humping Hummel's hot dogs out to Arizona because they can't get them anywhere. I think there's a store just starting to sell them down in Florida now. We have some friends in the Carolinas, same thing. If you're on your way down here to visit, you can stay, but your rent, your cost of staying is 5 pounds of Hummel's hot dogs. So that's what we do. So you break it down, there's 35 in a 5-pound package, and you break it down per the cost. It's about 75 cents a hot dog. You add the roll. The roll is almost as much as the hot dog. It's about 50 cents a roll. You're $1.25 for a hot dog. It beats going out. I mean, I love Glenwood. Glenwood's my favorite hot dog stand in the place, but I think they're over $8 for a hot dog. It's a foot long, but over $8 for a hot dog. By the time you get a couple hot dogs, a drink, and my wife and I will split a fry. I give you an example. I took my mother-in-law, my wife, my granddaughter. We had like 5 hot dogs, a chicken tender, 2 fries, 4 drinks. It was over $50. Yeah, once in a while you can do it, but I'm retired now. I can't do that every time I want to have a hot dog. So I buy a 5-pound package of Hummel's hot dogs. And usually in the summer, I got to give Costco a credit. Costco has the best price of any of the stores around. ShopRite once in a while might put a coupon, but they haven't done that in a couple years. So the best price Costco usually has them for around $20 for a 5-pound package. So tonight, when I break down tonight's meal, I had a hamburger and a hot dog, and we had salad, corn, and I had some French fries I threw in the air fryer. So if you break it down, the French fries were about $1. The hot dogs were $1.50 with the roll, so there's $4. The corn was they were 50 cents each, so there's $5. The salad was left over, and my hamburger was probably about $5 because it was a Freedom Farm hamburger. They're up from upper state New York, and I tried a couple of their sampler boxes. It's a place where you order, freezer packages of beef and chicken and pork. And I tried a couple of their sampler beef boxes the last couple of months, and I'm really impressed. I mean, you get about 15 pounds of farm-raised beef and different cuts, and I haven't had a bad piece yet. Runs $99 plus the shipping and everything. It's a little bit expensive on the shipping, but what are you going to do? It's my splurge. So tonight's meal, what did I say, was 3, 4, 9, and the fries were so $10. So there it is, a $10. 2 of us ate dinner, and we were full. There's a lot there for $10. So we just had a couple tangerines. So throw in another 50 cents maybe, so for the night. So we had another $10 meal for 2. All right. That's about all I have for tonight. I just wanted to talk really quick. Another 3 minutes on moderation. And that's what my talk was supposed to be about tonight. Moderation. I mean, I just saw a video on protein. How doctors are warning people about too much protein. Some people are taking 500, 600, 700 grams of protein because they heard it was good for you. Well, they're starting to get liver problems, gallbladder problems, kidney problems. Guys, moderation on everything. I think the normal protein intake should be between, depending on your weight, size, male, female, anywhere from 60 to 120 grams a day. And depending on your activity level and things like that. Now, if you're a weightlifter, that's going to change. If you're doing bodybuilding, that's going to change. But, and let's get away from this. Like, I remember when keto first came out, the keto diets. Oh, I can eat a pound of bacon. It's perfectly good. No, it's not. It's not good for you. All right. Moderation. All right. You want to lose weight, exercise, diet. When you eat a meal, when you eat your main meal of the day, it should have a protein, 2 vegetables, and a carb, a good carb. Okay? Drink water instead of soda. Drink less alcohol. And that was big for me. I like my beer. And just, moderation in everything. Moderation in food. Moderation in spending. Okay? How many people finished doing that? My first video, I asked them to track all their spending for a week on food. Take a look at that and shoot me some comments and let me know what you discovered. I know myself, I work a fireman, and my sleep patterns were all off. Our eating habits are all off. We make dinner at 5 o'clock and eat it at 9:30 some nights. Some nights you wouldn't sleep at all. And I was one of these guys, if I worked the night at the firehouse and didn't sleep, I was up all night doing calls. I didn't go home and sleep the next day. I was up doing whatever I was doing, usually working another part-time job or something, and I never got back to sleep. So there's got to be a little balance. And I'm suffering, I'm not suffering, but I'm paying for that now. Because, you lose contact with your kids. You lose, you miss a lot of stuff you should have been to with your kids. And, and I'm trying to make up for it with my grandkids now. So moderation on everything. Medicines, you know, people are, I hear there's big thing now about overdose on GLP-1 drugs. You know, if the doctor prescribes you 1 milligram, take 1 milligram, not 2. Just because you take double it up doesn't mean it's going to work twice as fast. It could kill you twice as fast. That's basically what it is. All right? Take everything as directed. You've got to moderate your life. You got to get a good life balance, and you got to take some time for yourself. Every day, take 10, 15 minutes and just let your mind wander and relax a little bit. You know, go find a nice quiet place, zen out. All right? That's all I have today. I blabbered enough. This is John, and I'm the Grumpy Grandpappy. And I'm trying to give you some lessons that I've learned over my lifetime. So they're lessons of a Grumpy Grandpappy. And until I see it tomorrow night, I will do a cooking video. So enjoy.